DPLS Stock, Darkpulse Inc. For the session of the 18th of October 2021, it closed at $0.0855, a gain of 2.89%. 25.3 million shares crossed the tape, which is around the average for the last 10 trading sessions. We have a position in Darkpulse Inc. The news, the latest news for Darkpulse Inc. was as at the 13th of October. It says that Darkpulse Inc. signs teaming agreement with Central Asia Development Group for sale of BOTDA sensor systems through Middle East, Asia and Africa. And technically for the stock, we have seen that it has not been able to robustly challenge that 10-day moving average based on this daily model over the last 52 weeks. Okay, so it has not been able, this is the 10-day moving average, has not really been able to pose any challenge to that moving average since the when would that be, since maybe late September, at least for sure since the 30th of September. So that's what we're looking at right now, and it has closed only 11 times above the 50-day moving average, this 50-day moving average since the last 2 months. So that is roughly about 11 times out of 44 times. So only a quarter of that trading of that period, it has closed above that 50-day moving average, and that's largely based on what the rally of this high it reached towards end of April, as well, end of August. It's the bullish push it had from sometime in August as well, from middle of August, that took it all the way up, ensured that it's got that 11 times out of 44 times, and indeed maybe one or two sessions, probably 2 sessions in September. Outside that, it was largely in August that it was mostly above this 50-day moving average. So we can see what's going on here. I think the MACD is below 0 here. The readout may say something else, and we can also see that the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is indicating that the stock is oversold. It's now dipped into the oversold territory, but it's also coming out of that as well. The MACD has crossed the fast line of this the fast line of this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has crossed the slow line. So even though they are still in the oversold territory, but that is a bullish sign. That is a bullish sign. Okay, so things are not so wonderful. It's oversold, and when a stock is oversold, the natural next consequence is for it to come out of that. It may not essentially become overbought, but if it's oversold, it's pretty much binary. If it's oversold, then it may be reversed. That's what we're looking at right now. So the fast line of this 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has crossed the over the slow line, so it's a bullish sign, in itself. So we can see that the MACD is still lying with its signal line, not a bullish sign at the moment, and the RSI is indicating some amount of bullishness there, but not a wall of bullishness, and the stock has never really indicated any oversold condition since the last 52 weeks. You can see that this is the oversold territory. Rather, we have more of overbought conditions, a couple of times, and usually when that happens, just like in the oversold situation, it will also come up from that situation. So let's see what the readout here is saying. That it says that it appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Okay, I would say it's consolidating, but at the same time also retracing. The average directional index, or ADX, is below 20, indicating that the shares have traded sideways recently. However, the 200-day moving average still sloping bullishly upwards. Okay, it's lagging the S&P 500. Momentum for DPL is strongly bearish. We saw that the 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is below 20, the level which many analysts call oversold. This means that investors have been actively selling shares and driving the price lower. But at the same time, with that, given that condition, probably because of what happened in this 2% gain, it has printed some very minor bullish signal there, you know, in the based on the fact that the slow line, the fast line of this indicator has crossed the slow line. So it's still very much bearish in a broad sense. Yes. The volume for that session was lighter than usual, trading 25.255 million shares versus an average of 129.011 million shares per day during the last 12 months. The unbalanced volume indicator is bearish. The slope of the indicator is negative and suggests that there is a lack of buying interest. So buyers haven't, they're still pretty much still selling at the moment, you know, but at the same time, I think that momentum has is picking up some strength there. So it's picking up some bullish signals in the midst of bearish signals. So, okay, so the volume obviously for the last 10 trading sessions is 23.445 million. The volume for the last 90 trading sessions on the average is 95.06 million shares. So moving on, we can see that DPLS, given that it closed at $0.0855, is not trading within its one standard deviation trading range. It's trading below that, and easily also trading below the ranges of the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. So indeed, it's consolidating, but in a downward manner. So it has since left these ranges, you know. So it's an indication that yes, it's definitely trading at a discount, because we can easily see that as well. We can see that it's trading at a discount to all of its moving averages currently, and it usually results in a buying or a bullish push, you know. So but that's what we have here technically, is just validating what we have seen there physically, you know, or visually. So using the difference between the closing prices of $0.09 as at the 13th of October and 0.083 as at the 15th of October, we have a difference of 0.007, and then if you multiply that by 261.8 extension level, you have a price of 0.0183. So when you add this value to the closing price, we have a target of we have a target price of $0.1038. So based on the 261.8% Fibonacci extension level. So for the 161.8 Fibonacci extension level, the target is $0.0968, and then for the 100% extension level, the price target is $0.0925. So we can always try other extension levels, even higher ones. I think there's a 361.8 extension level. So and indeed you can always choose any sort of closing prices. You know, these ones are much closer and easily, because we have the stock has been pulling back, you know, gradually retracing. It was it was just easy to pick out these prices, you know. Closing price of October 13th was a Wednesday, and then that of Friday, October 15th. So because obviously it was higher on Wednesday and then lower on Friday. So it's the sense will be you bought it on Wednesday expecting it to do well, but suddenly it retraced. So from there you want to see, maybe you're just being optimistic. From there, not from here on, where would it extend to? So if you do the extension levels, this is the sort of prices you might get based on how it has retraced over just 3 trading sessions, you know. So you do your own analysis based on this, and indeed any other method you can come up with and determine your own extension levels. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.